Assalamu alaikum dear students and welcome to the Speak Up English Academy. Today our topic is the table completion part of IELTS listening part 1. So there are going to be two people who are going to converse about a topic and we are supposed to extract some information from their conversation and put it right here in the table. So सबसे पहले आपने इसकी इंस्ट्रक्शंस को केयरफुली पढ़ना है कि इसमें हमसे वर्ड की लिमिट क्या डिमांड की गई है. सो यहाँ पर क्लियरली मेंशन है राइट वन वर्ड एंड और अ नंबर. तो आप यहाँ पर वन वर्ड भी लिख सकते हैं, उसके साथ एक नंबर ऐड करना चाहते हैं तो वो भी लिख सकते हैं, लेकिन आपने टू वर्ड्स या वन वर्ड से ज़्यादा आपने ऐड नहीं करना. आप सिंगल एक नंबर भी यहाँ पर पुट कर सकते हैं इफ़ रिक्वायर्ड. सो नाउ लेट्स स्टार्ट द कन्वर्सेशन. और उसमें जो आपको टाइम मिलता है उसमें आपने टेबल को केयरफुली रीड करना है कि इसमें कहाँ पर कौन सी इन्फॉर्मेशन मिसिंग है.
Part 1. You will hear a woman phoning to find out about one-day classes held at Stainford College. First, you have some time to look at questions 1 to 5.
तो जब आपको ये टाइम मिलता है तो आपने केयरफुली रीड करना है कि यहाँ पर क्या क्या इन्फॉर्मेशन रिक्वायर्ड है. फॉर एग्जांपल यहाँ पर डेट रिक्वायर्ड है, यहाँ पर कॉस्ट, और यहाँ पर कुछ नोट्स में कुछ इन्फॉर्मेशन मिसिंग है. तो आपने ये सब को केयरफुली रीड करना है. इससे आपको ये हेल्प मिलता है कि जब ये दोनों कन्वर्सेशन स्टार्ट करेंगे तो आप डेट को जब वो मेंशन करे तो आपने उसको यहाँ पर पुट करना है. उसके बाद जब प्राइस को मेंशन करे तो उसको यहाँ पर
Now
put करना है.
listen carefully and answer questions 1 to 5.
Hello, Stainford College External Course Registration. Can I help you?
Yeah, I'm ringing to find out about one-day classes next year. I got a leaflet about them in the post, but I lost it. And I understand some of the classes are filling up fast, so I might need to book quite soon if I want to go ahead.
Sure. Can you remember which one you were considering?
There were a few, actually. I remember there was one on how to make Vietnamese food that sounded good. I think that was on the 13th of January. It cost about £60.
Yes, you're right about the date, but it's £59 actually. It's a very popular class, and among other things, the teacher explains how Vietnamese food includes lots of different herbs. I'm afraid that all the places are taken at present, but I can put you on the waiting list if you want.
No, that's okay. I'm quite interested in the bread making class. That's in March sometime, isn't it?
Yeah, the 20th of March. Would you like to register for that?
I'm not sure. How much is it?
The actual cost is £48, but then there's an extra charge as well as that for the ingredients. I'm not sure how much that is. No more than £20, I think.
So what sorts of things do they make in the class?
Oh, various types of bread. I think they make white bread, and then they make sourdough. That seems to be very fashionable at present. And they learn how to make pizza, which is apparently really good.
Well, I'd definitely be interested in that. But there were also a few other classes that sounded interesting. I think there was one on face massage. I'd love to learn how to do that.
Yeah, that's on the 23rd of February, and it costs just £35 for the day. The teacher's great. The type of massage done is a traditional technique used in India, and she actually did her training there. The massage is meant to relax you and get rid of lines and wrinkles. You practice it on yourself, so you have to take a mirror to the class so you can see what you're doing.
Okay.
Okay, so as we heard that, they used another synonym for the word bring to take a mirror to the class. So they use such synonyms to make the question a bit complicated for you guys, but you have to focus on your category of the information. For example, if there are some items mentioned, so you just have to focus on the list, and the item that is missing here in the list and they mention it there in the voice, you have to put that right here. So this is how it works.